Okay, hello everyone. चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट. सो इन लास्ट लेक्चर हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया था कस्टमर्स प्रॉफिटेबल एनालिसिस. ओके, कस्टमर्स प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी एनालिसिस में हम लोगों ने एक बेसिक रिवीजन कर लेते हैं. यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था सबसे पहले हम क्या बनाएंगे, सेगमेंट्स बनाएंगे. देन सेगमेंट का रेवेन्यू निकालेंगे, सेगमेंट का कॉस्ट निकालेंगे, सेगमेंट का प्रॉफिट निकालेंगे, एनालिसिस करेंगे एंड एनालिसिस के बाद हम लोग क्या करेंगे, वी विल डेवलप स्ट्रैटेजीज फॉर दोज फॉर्म ऑफ द कस्टमर. ओके, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू गो इनटू द डिटेल कि भाई ये स्ट्रैटेजी कैसे बनाई जाती है और कस्टमर का एनालिसिस कैसे किया जाता है. दैट इज एनालिसिस ऑफ द कस्टमर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी डेटा. Okay, let's start with the main concept first. Now there are four particular segments. Okay, now in many businesses there might be that the sales are less in the sense sales percentage of profit is less but the customer is more. ऐसा हो सकता है. या कभी कभी क्या हो सकता है, कस्टमर की क्वांटिटी बहुत कम है लेकिन आपका प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बहुत ज्यादा हाई है. तो अकॉर्डिंगली ये लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, दे आर गिविंग अस द फोर स्ट्रैटेजी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द मार्केट सिनेरियो कि आप लोगों ने क्या करना चाहिए. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. The first segment is the loser segment, okay, where the sales volume generated is low along with, see, even though the sales volume is low, that is not an issue. Okay, iPhone की sales volume भी कम है, Rolex की sales volume भी कम है, लेकिन इन लोगों का परसेंटेज ऑफ प्रॉफिट का जो पोर्शन रहेगा that will be high. बट यहाँ पे क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है अभी देखेंगे, सेल्स वॉल्यूम जनरेटेड इज लो along with the percentage of sales is also negative. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि आपका लॉस हो रहा है प्लस कस्टमर मार्जिन भी कम है, कस्टमर का कंट्रीब्यूशन भी कम है, कस्टमर की क्वांटिटी भी कम है. देन दिस सेगमेंट इज आइडेंटिफाइड एज व्हाट, दिस सेगमेंट इज आइडेंटिफाइड एज द लीस्ट प्रॉफिटेबल सेगमेंट and their strategy is surely elimination of the customer who fall in this segment. Elimination of the customer का मतलब क्या हो जाता है बच्चों, now we will try to shut down our business, we will try to eliminate these customers who are giving us negative profit. So यहाँ पे loser का मतलब क्या है, loser का मतलब है that the quantity of the customer, okay, quantity of customer मतलब जो आपका sales वॉल्यूम है, द वॉल्यूम ऑफ सेल्स इज ऑल्सो लेस प्लस आप जो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, अर्निंग ऑफ द प्रॉफिट मार्जिन इज ऑल्सो नेगेटिव. दिस इज अ लूजर सेक्शन वेयर इट इज सजेस्टेड टू एलिमिनेट द कस्टमर बिल. देन कम्स इज द सेकंड कैटेगरी, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लमैटिक कैटेगरी. In this segment, customers who generate negative percentage contribution, okay, the profit margin here also stays negative, but the problem is that your sales volume is on the higher side. Matlab people are purchasing your products are very good. There is a huge population of the Indian market which is purchasing your product, but this is very problematic. Like if 60% of the market is purchasing your product but your profit share is coming negative, it means that there is not an issue in the external market, there is an issue in the internal company itself. There is some issue with the costing, there is some issue with the pricing. So we need to adopt which strategy? The name of the strategy is the turn around strategy. Okay, turn around strategy means we will turn around the way of doing our business, we will turn around the process of costing, we will come to a profit margin and then sell the same quantity of the volume of product. But the customers also destroy value and companies sometimes prefer a elimination strategy when, not always, because you have a very big market share. But sometimes what is happening, the customers are not ready to pay you more, they are destroying your value. Especially then what you do, you try to eliminate the old customer and now you're focusing on new customer. You don't want to convince the old customer, especially when the company is optimistic about acquisition of the new customer. So if there is an in problem strategy, what is written here? That you are earning a negative profit, but the volume of customers is very high. So the first easiest option for the company is what? The first easiest option for the company is adopting a turnaround strategy. The meaning of the turnaround strategy is going back, looking into the things and trying to recover those things. But sometimes the company is optimistic and sometimes the company knows that all the old customers, they will destroy your value. Then what are you going to do? You eliminate the old customer and you're confident that you will be able to acquire new customers. Then comes is the potential market. Potential market means there is a positive contribution. You are earning what? A positive profit share. Okay, there is a profitable contribution, but it's okay. The sales volume here is currently low. So you can increase your share market. You can increase your market by maybe advertisement, by more sales, by door-to-door services, by online services. So there is a potential that you can increase your market share. So in the third category, only the problem here is that the sales volume is low, but your contribution towards your business is profitable, and they are referred as a potential as various promotional schemes, including loyalty program, will help them to increase the volume of share. So here their main target will be what? Their main target will be only increasing their volume of sales. And then comes the winner. The winner will be the person generating positive contribution like Maggie and having a sales volume which is the highest. These are one of the profitable customers, and obviously the company strategy will be what? Because they are having already high share in the market, the company strategy will be what? Retaining all the old customers. Okay, so there are three strategies. We'll just devise. Loser is a person, low profitable share, low sales volume. Problematic is what? Market share is high, but your profit margins are low. So here there are two options: either go for a turnaround strategy or go for elimination of old customer and acquisition of new customer. Then comes is the potential market. You are in a profitable business, but the share of the customers or the market share is low, but with various promotional activities, definitely you can increase your market share. And then last person comes is the winner who is having high market share and who is earning high profits in the market. So this was the basic what? This was the basic analysis of will come here. This was the basic analysis of the customer profitable database. Does the customer profitability database tend to be large in case of larger organizations? Large in the sense they have more data to analyze. They have more customer base to analyze, and it is one of the most good technique that can be followed. And they are telling for this what does a company can adopt? A company can adopt a decision grid analysis. Decision grid analysis is one of the most powerful techniques. It is a graphical tool in which two factors are documented. The first factor documented will be the profitability of the customer against the volume of the business. Okay, the same two factors which we have considered now. So DGA, a very important concept. The full form of DGA is what? Decision grid analysis. Decision grid analysis is completed by plotting a graph. The graph is based upon the two factors. One is the sales volume and the other one is the profit. And on that basis, decisions are being taken. Thus, the DGA uses two particular parameters. One is the volume of sales and other is the contribution as a percentage of. Okay, so here we complete profitable analysis, and this is one of the basic sums. So हम costing में करते हैं, number of units are given, selling prices given, costing is given, kilometer per hour is given, and they have asked us to complete what? They have asked us to complete the profit margin. So the profit margin for A is 66%, 63, 23, 39. And thus on the basis of this, then further decisions will be taken what strategy is supposed to be followed. Like it is written, like here in the above calculation, A and B are the profitable customers, D and C are comparatively less profitable customers. So on the basis of the volume, everything will be computed and then the decision will be taken what strategy needs to be followed. Is it going to be a loser strategy? Is it going to be a potential market, or it is going to be a winner factor? Okay, let's go to the next concept, a very easy concept, and this is the last concept in your book. The name of the concept is corporate credit rating score. Okay, now let's start. Now there are two concepts. Okay, one concept is credit rating and other concept is credit score. Now, what is followed generally by the companies? Okay, the companies who are selling equity shares, or they are selling debentures, or they are selling bonds. Okay, now there are multiple companies in India who rate these companies. Okay, they are not rating the company, who rate instruments of these companies. Okay, what am I telling? Now, there are many rating companies in India who are rating the instruments of the company. Instruments matlab jaise ki debt instruments, that is jaise ki bond instruments. They rate them as A plus plus, B plus, C plus. Okay, the reason is for the Indian population at large, what we can do whenever we are going and purchasing these debentures or whenever you are going and purchasing this bond, we can actually go and refer to these credit ratings and then decide whether this rating is good, average or low. And then we can decide which debenture, which bonds or which debt instruments are we supposed to buy. This concept is known as the credit rating concept. Okay, so generally in our country, what is followed? Generally in our country, credit rating concept is. But there is also one concept which is known as the credit score concept. Okay, so we'll just see what is the difference between credit rating and credit scoring, and then we will move forward. Okay, let's start. Now, corporate credit rating score. Okay, now what is this? Basically, this is rating the health of the company, rating the financial health of a company. Thus, many a times what happens? Many a times companies overestimate their financial health. Okay, they try to portray a good picture of the company, which in reality it is not. So because of this, all the investors are being shown a wrong picture. So to find a solution, that's the simple process. Okay, see, a company internally will always make their balance sheet and profit and loss account look good. But when we have a third party, okay, when we have a third credit rating party who takes care about the rating, they will never do a false rating for that company. So what is done? Thus, letting the third party gauge the credit worthiness of the entity over the financial environment as it brings trustworthiness in the financial project. So here what it is written, thus a company itself will always try to portray a good balance sheet figure, a good profit and loss figure. So for knowing the credit worthiness of a company, it is always better that we are letting a third party do this process. And thus the assessment of the credit worthiness by an authorized third party can be referred to as credit rating, or it can also be referred to as the credit score. Though these two terms are often used interchangeably, there are some minute and there are some important differences between both the concepts. So there are 4 points in this. What is the basic difference between the credit rating and credit score? Okay, nowadays we use credit rating concept. Okay, see, in credit rating, what is written? Let's see. In credit rating, a mathematical expression is not used. Okay, ऐसा कोई fixed formula will not be used in credit rating. That we will put this formula, we will compute an answer, and then we will come to know what is the credit rating of this company. No, this was being done in old days. That concept is known as what? Credit score. Whereas credit score is actually a resultant of a mathematical model. So credit score will just put some formula, mathematically try to compute, and whatever the answer comes, they will decide the credit worthiness. But credit rating is a different concept. Okay, in the credit rating, what will happen? In credit rating, we will not use any mathematical formula. Okay, thus the credit score is expressed as a number, while the credit rating is expressed using alphabet. Thus, because it was a mathematical formula, your answer will come 1, 2, 3, 4, like between 1 to 10, for example. So, credit score will be given in the mathematical format, but the credit rating will always be done in the form of the alphabet. On the other hand, credit rating is based on the basis of experience and judgment by the credit rating. Whenever a credit rating agency is judging a company, they will use their experience, their analysis, and they will rate the company. But the credit score is simply based on a mathematical model. In measurement of the credit score, various historical data, various payback structure, how the companies have repaid the loan, what is their growing structure, how is the company growing, are they acquiring new markets, all these multiple factors will be taken into consideration, and then they will be given a credit score. Thus the historical data pertaining to the payback structure here is analyzed. But in credit rating, they only show the ability to pay back in future. क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? Historical data pertaining to the payback structure is analyzed. Thus, what are they doing? In credit score, they are going to the back and they are identifying how was your payback structure. But in credit rating, they are checking in future will you be able to pay or not. Okay, based on their past, present, and some predictable future rates. In finance literature, the term credit score is often used in respect of the individual loan seekers, and credit rating is a concept which is used by the corporate borrower. Okay, let's just quickly bifurcate what has been studied. Okay, one concept is credit score, one concept is credit rating. It is purely a mathematical concept. It is not a mathematical concept. Here they check your historical data. Here they do analysis of your balance sheet, analysis of your past payback data, and accordingly they will rate you. But here they will check, are you able to pay back in future? Credit score is pertaining to corporate. Credit rating is pertaining to an individual person. Generally, credit rating is formed in numeric. Okay, but credit score is what? The score is being done alpha percentage. So this is the basic difference between the credit score and the credit rating. So first we will study the credit rating agencies in our country. Matlab is the people who are rating the corporate structure. So in our country there are many companies, like there is CRISIL, there is ICRA, there is CARE. Okay, all these companies indulge into what? All these companies indulge into credit rating. So in India, how many credit rating agencies are there? There are 7 credit rating agencies in India. For example, CRISIL, for example, ICRA, for example, CARE, for example, India Rating and Research Private Limited, Brickwork Rating Private, Infometric Valuation Rating Private Limited. Obviously, these companies are rating instruments of a company. Whenever they are rating instrument, obviously who will come into picture? SEBI will come into picture. Obviously, all these 7 people are what they are authorized by SEBI to assess the credit rating of the people. In India, around 57,000 corporate entities are currently being rated by the credit rating. Okay, introduction is very important, that there are 7 rating agencies. The name of the 7 rating agencies and definitely 3 rating agencies are required to be registered under the. Now they have just given us an example of the company that is named the CRISIL. Okay, they have just given how does the CRISIL enter into rating. Okay, there will be rating for long-term instrument. The rating will be A1. For short-term instrument, the rating will be AS1. Okay, so they bifurcate different instruments and then accordingly they do what they. Now, CRISIL is majorly known for debt rating services along with financial risk analysis. The CRISIL is a division of S&P Global, which is an American company who is majorly rating what debt. But it was the first credit rating body which was founded by ICICI and Unit Trust India. But in 2005, a US-based credit score S&P bought the bulk of the company. Is it clear? So ideally, this company was founded where? This company was founded in India by ICICI, but it was being taken over by US-based company, that is an S&P. And almost 60% of the market share is enjoyed by CRISIL. 60% of the market share, which means 60% of the market rating of the instrument is being done by whom? Is being done by the CRISIL. Thus, let's go ahead. Now they have given us few examples, not much important from paper point of view. Like they have given, CRISIL uses various rating scales for various debt instruments. Like the highest rating is indicated as AAA and the lowest rating is represented as B. So for example, A will be the highest, below that will be AA, then A, then B, then BB, B, then triple C, double C, C, and then the last one will come triple D, DD, and C. So that means the highest rating will be done by A and the lowest rating will be done by what? It will be done by C. And then further, and other short-term rating. Okay, this was the rating for long-term. The other short-term rating series will be what? A1, A2, A3, A4, and then comes with the D. So they have given us various examples how they are rating the debt instrument, long-term instrument, and the short-term instrument with the help of alphabets and signs such as plus and minus. So they have given us few samples here. Let's just read it. Not very important from teacher point of view. Like these are the long-term rating scales. These are the short-term rating scales. So long-term was triple A, then triple B, B, C, and D. For short-term, they are using what? They are using figure also. So they are using A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay. For some, they are using bracket SO, SO, and then they're rating it as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Okay, FO is the short-term securities rating category. Okay, so they have just given us the example how credit rating is being done in our country. And credit rating plays a very important role. Okay, let's start now. Improvements in the credit rating. Why now? It is important to note that the credit rating score is what is a continuous process and terminates only when the company ends. It is not done like this that on one day the credit rating will be done and then done. No. Credit rating will be done continuously and therefore there's always a pressure on the company to perform well. Because it's a continuous process and it will terminate only when the company will withdraw or there is a premature closure in the contract of the rating agency itself. Okay, now. Okay, now just a second. Yes, let's read. Now there are 3 points here. Let's highlight this. First thing, when did the credit agency stop? When terminates only when the company withdraws. The company itself is closing then. Second, the credit rating company closes. Or the third point is when there is a redemption of the financial instrument. So what is the point? That the credit rating agency is a continuous process and this process comes to an end only and only when the company withdraws or there is a premature closure of contract with the credit rating agency or there is a redemption of the security that was being issued. Okay, thus the CRISIL evaluates the credit risk associated with the particular instrument. Always take this point into consideration. CRISIL is not rating the company. CRISIL is rating the instruments of the company. So what are they going to evaluate? The CRISIL is going to evaluate the credit risk that are associated with a particular instrument and whether that is being portrayed in the balance sheet. And thus, on the basis of change in the financial profile of the issuer entity, there is either improvement in the rating or there might be upgradation or decline. So they are telling as and when, for example, we're taking the company Tata. If there is any change in Tata's balance sheet, okay, if there is anything in Tata's balance sheet, whether there is an upgradation in the balance sheet or whether there is a decline in the balance sheet, in the same way there will be the change in the rating. So this is the basic concept of credit rating agency. Is it clear? So ideally we studied that there is a third party who does the analysis of the credit worthiness, which can be known as credit rating or it can be known as a credit score. These two terms are used interchangeably, but there is a huge amount of difference between the word rating and between the word score. Okay, rating is being used for corporate. Rating is analyzing the historical data. Here a mathematical formula does not exist. Here we go back and check into the payback period. But in score, okay, now we will study about the score. Credit score is being done for an individual. Like for example, if I need to take a loan, okay, then individual ka credit score will be computed whether Ravina will be able to pay that loan taken in the, whether it's a car loan, whether it's a home loan, okay. So that is concept is known as the credit score, okay. Which now in the following, now it may be pointed out that the credit score, which is a mathematical expression of Ravina's credit worthiness, is usually used to assess individual person's credit. How much loan can Ravina take and how much loan can Ravina pay back in that period? It indicates individual's ability to undertake how much load inside the loan load. Okay, so it indicates the individual's ability to undertake certain load and his ability to honor the terms and conditions of the honor the terms and conditions of the loan means are we able to honor, are we able to pay back all the terms and conditions that was written in the agreement along with the principal as well as the interest amount. Thus the credit score for an individual is being used by the bank. For example, if I go to the bank will go and check Ravina's credit score and then they will decide that we will give loan to Ravina or not. So this can be used by bank, this can be used by financial institution, lending institution or any credit rating agency. Cool. Now, in US there is a company which is known as Chico who does this and they rate how? They rate a 3-digit number. On the basis of a 3-digit number, they will rate a company, they will rate the borrower based on the information of the credit report. Thus, it determines the likelihood of the borrower. Thus, the credit worthiness of an individual customer is represented through a three-digit number on the basis of his interest rate, how much interest rate to be charged to Ravina, low, middle or high, and how much amount Ravina will be eligible. And thus this is the list. Thus they range between what? They range between less than 580, 580 to 699, 670 to 739, and then the last one is 800. So whatever your score will be, if your score is more than 800, it means you are exceptional. It means that you will get a loan very easily. Okay, and if it is less than 580, score of less than 580 implies in USA that you are below the average and you are a very risky borrower to give the loan. Okay, this is the scoring of not of India but USA. In India, this is being done by CIBIL. Okay, in India there is a CIBIL rating of any person, that is the Credit Information Bureau, India Limited. Okay, so they are following the same model as that followed by the. So in India, CIBIL score was introduced in 2007 and it was the first risk scoring model. Okay, for an individual, initially there was no rating agency. Banks were just giving loan on the basis of their profit and loss account only. But then in 2007, this credit rating bureau came into existence and this they worked towards analyzing the credit worthiness of an institution, definitely recommended by the RBI. For the financial institution by TransUnion Civil Limited. The company was set up in 2000 as recommendation of the RBI. And thus in the same line, CIBIL also designed similar lines as that of the FICO, a three-digit number which signifies the summary of the creditworthiness between what? Between the range of 300 to 900. Thus here the score is derived between 300 to 900, 300 being the lowest and 900 being the highest. Highest means you are a very good borrower, you will repay the loan, and 300 means there is a risk that you might default in the payment of. On what basis these ratings are given? Definitely, for example, if they are rating Ravina's payment history. If I have defaulted in payment of few of my back loans, like maybe a car loan, maybe an education loan, or there has been a delay from my end, so my payment history will be what? Negative. Or if I have paid every loan in advance, I have paid every loan on time, there is not even one a check that has been bounced, then my payment history will be what? Good, and then my score will be good. Thus, it is the payment records of a borrower are analyzed to found if there were any default or fee. And then his high credit card balance. Okay, if I have a high outstanding credit card balance, higher outstanding balance in the credit implies higher credit availed by the customer. This negatively impacts the credit score. Now, you have 3 lakh credit available in your credit. It means you are already expensing out 3 lakh rupees per month and now you want more loan. So, if your credit limit, outstanding limit is high, it will always have a negative impact on your score because already you have taken 3 lakh per month kind of an indirect loan in the form of the credit. So already you are using a credit. You are already on a credit and now you want a second credit. So it means you are increasing your loan and it will have a negative impact. High credit card balance will always have a negative impact on the credit score. Then comes the next one, that is the credit mix. A proportionate mix between secured loan and unsecured loan will always have a positive impact on the score. If all your loans are unsecured, it will have a negative impact. But if 60% of their loans are secured and then 40% loans are unsecured, it will have a positive impact. And then last comes the that is the increase in the debt burden. Increase in the debt burden will obviously have a negative impact on the credit score. So what you are supposed to remember is this. Payment history depends करता है. If there is a default, it will have a negative impact. If you have paid on time, it will have a positive impact. Credit card, if it's high, if the credit limit is high, it will have a negative impact on credit score. If you have a proper credit mix, it will have a positive impact. And if there is an increase in the debt burden, it will obviously have a negative impact on the credit score. And thus on this basis, credit scoring is being set. What is important for us is we should know this down part, that is the CIBIL. CIBIL was developed in India in 2007. It's a company registered in 2000, which was recommended by RBI. Civil followed the same norm as that was followed by the FICO, which was three-digit number ranging between 300 to 900. Thus, higher the score, matlab 600, 700, 850, 950. Higher the score signifies higher chances of loan application getting approved. Higher the score means you have a good score and then there is a possibility that you will repay the loan. And also the customer gets better terms and conditions. And thus for getting the credit score, they calculate three things, that is what is the payment history, what is the credit balance, what is it a higher outstanding credit card balance, how is the credit mix, is there some security, some loan which is secured, or it is a complete unsecured loan, and the last one is increase in the debt. Okay, we are almost done with chapter number 1. There are only few points left which we will complete. Okay, I will be attaching this PDF in the link below. Kindly go and see all the markings and accordingly complete your marking. Okay, for today, I want you all to complete this backend MCQ exercise. If there is any query, we can discuss. Okay, thank you.